Hey everybody, it's Clint. I wanted to come to you this week again with how to manage that anxiety. I want to give you a similar tool last week, but a little bit different in a little bit different language, because sometimes giving it in some different language can help people hold on to that skill a little bit easier, click into their brain a little bit easier. This week, is it a snake or is it a stick? I don't know, but here's how you do that. So I get this out of a book called Buddha's Brain, written by a neuroscientist and neuropsychologist. It's not about Buddhism. It's about mindfulness, relaxation, meditation, how that can be helpful. They start the whole book off with this story. Hey, we're walking down the woods in the trail. Clinton Farms, if you know where Clinton Farms is or anything like that, you're walking down the trail in the woods, you're walking with a friend, you see something several hundred feet in front of you. Can't really tell what that is, but what most people do if they see something sticking out of the trail, kind of curvy, maybe a little jagged, we don't really know, what most people are going to do there is think what? Yeah, is that a snake? So I may stop there and say, hey, wait, whoa, is that a snake? What's going on there? You may stop and say the same thing. And this is our fight and flight system. We call it your amygdala, your hypothalamus, your hippocampus, right in the middle of your head. Works to make sure that you're safe. Matter of fact, it's your brain's first responsibility is to make sure you're safe. This is why you have that. Fight and flight is the part of you where you drive down the highway at 70 miles an hour, you top the hill and turn the corner, and everybody, 4 lanes of traffic in front of you has stopped. You got to stop on a dime. You react automatically. Fight kicks in. You stop on the pedal, you turn the wheel, you do everything you can to avoid a wreck. You avoid a wreck, and right after that's over, you feel shaky and nervous, and you're holding on to the steering wheel. Oh my gosh. Because adrenaline and norepinephrine and cortisol and all that's pulsing through your body, and your heart rate's up, and your shallow breathing, and your sugar level's up, and your blood pressure's up, because you're getting ready to do something to keep yourself safe. Awesome thing if it's keeping us safe. Terrible thing if it's trying to keep us safe from something that's not really true. So flight's part of you, same place back here. If you went and ate dinner somewhere tonight, and you got sick, you got home, you threw up, you had diarrhea, and somebody asked you a month later, hey, let's go back and eat there. Yeah, what do you tell them is no, I don't think so. We call that flight. Because that part of your brain stores memories of when you've been hurt, how you can be hurt, when you've been hurt before. You remember that. So when I ask you, hey, let's go back and eat there, you remember what that food tasted like and what it was like to throw up and the smell of that. And your brain keeps that memory there so that when something reminds you of when you've been hurt before or could be hurt, it pulls it out and says, no, run away. We call it flight. So when we're walking down the trail, when we're several hundred feet in front of us, we see something sticking out onto the trail. Is that a snake? However, what they say in this book is most people won't run away right there. Matter of fact, hopefully none of us run away, because it's so far away where it's not really a threat to us. So what we'll do is say, I don't know. I'm not really sure. Let's get more information. And we'll keep walking. We'll keep walking to where we need to be. And as we're walking, we're going to walk slower. We're going to get closer and closer, and we're going to gather more information by what we see and what we're going on. And as we walk, we're gathering that information. And then we get up on this thing, we find out, it's just a stick. Oh, man. And all of our anxiety releases. We laugh about it. Oh my God, you can believe that? We thought that was a snake. That was just a stick. We laugh about it. All our anxiety goes away and we feel great. This is a picture of what I talked about in my last video. Your emotional mind thinking it's a snake and judging it to be a snake when we really don't know. It feels real. We feel all that anxiety. Heart rate goes up. We get scared about it. But we don't know the truth yet. So we have to stop and use our reasonable mind and say, I don't know yet. What are the facts here? And this is a picture of you walking down the trail to get information using your reasonable mind so you can make a wise decision about what to do. I don't really need to run away. Let me go figure out what I need to do. I don't want to ruin my trip out here to the woods. I drove here. I wanted to have a good time. I wanted to be out in the fresh air. I wanted to talk to my friend. Let's not ruin this. It's a way to be effective about how to handle your anxiety in your life. So it's the same picture, different language. Because what most of us need to do, they write in this book, is that we don't need to run away. That in real life, it doesn't happen any differently. We see things that are snakes that really aren't snakes. That we actually, in real life, there are very few things that cause us to have to react in our emotional mind right now to fight and to flight. Yes, if you were about to step on the snake or it was just a few feet in front of you, you need to run away and make sure you're safe and it's not poisonous and you're going to be okay. If you were actually about to have a car accident, or somebody was about to hurt you or hit you, if you knew that something bad was imminent, and it was about to happen to you, yes, kick that stuff in, fight, make sure you're safe. However, most things in our lives don't require that. Most things in our lives, we actually have a few seconds to a few minutes to sometimes a few days to make decisions about what's really going on here. Let me get enough information so that I know what's really happening. I don't have to run away and fight or flight about this thing. I can get information so I can make a wise, intelligent, good decision about how I'm going to be effective and impact this in a good way. So this is what I want you to ask yourself from now on when you're walking in the woods, but most importantly, when you're facing your everyday stresses and you feel that pang of anxiety and that worry and that heart rate go up and it feels so real, and what you want to do is judge it and say, oh, this is only the worst thing ever. It's a snake. When you feel that, I want you to ask yourself a question. Is this a snake? Do I have enough information? What actually is this? So you can engage, you have your fight and flight back here, so you can engage what we call over your eyes here, your frontal lobes. Because your frontal lobes do the same thing as your fight and flight. But what they do is they store, that part of your brain stores anything that could be. Yes, dangerous things, a poisonous snake or a snake that could hurt me, but also things like, is it a stick? Is it a rock sticking out of the ground? A root of a tree sticking out of the ground? Is it a tail of another animal or a rope or a string, or what is that thing? And this is the reasonable part of us. So we get to stop and say, hey, what is that? So when you're out in the real world, yes, you're going to feel all that. But if you can just have a moment that this story gives you where you stop and you think, I'm not really sure what that is. This is the ability to have this part of you kicking, because this part of you, back here in the middle of your head, works the fastest. Like I said before, it's there to keep you safe. This part takes a few more seconds to kick in. And just simply asking the question, I don't know what that is. Let me get more information. Allows this part of you to catch up, so you have all the available options to you. You can look at all the information and all the facts and then make a good, wise, effective decision. So this is just another way, instead of talking about it in wise mind, reasonable mind, emotional mind, that we can talk about it is it a snake or a stick? So next time you feel that pain and that anxiety and that worry come over you, realize this feels real. My brain's telling me this is a snake. My anxiety is telling me something dangerous is happening. But is it? What are the possibilities here? What is the information I can get? Do I have to react right now? No. I can think about this. I can get information, and then I can be effective in getting what I need, asking for what I want, being assertive in the things I need to ask for, recognizing that I can ask what I need without people looking at me and thinking I'm too angry or too upset or too crazy. So we all have this ability. It just takes some practice. And what I want you to be able to do is the next week, practice. Remember emotional mind, reasonable mind, wise mind. But also a simpler way to do this is just when you feel anxious, is just to ask yourself a question. Is this a snake or a stick? Is this really as dangerous as I'm saying it is? I tell clients this all the time. I tell couples this all the time. And they usually come back laughing about it. Hey, the last time I started to feel that pain, we started to argue or I started to fight with somebody, I thought to myself real quickly, is this a snake or a stick? And almost always, it was a snake. I mean, it was a stick. It wasn't a snake at all. So if you'll find that out, if you practice this, what you'll find out is that most things, we've all had that experience. When we stop and just slow down, we go, oh, I didn't need to be so anxious about that. Oh man, that turned out better than I ever thought it was. And if we would just get that information beforehand, we would know, hey, this isn't really a snake. Yeah, it doesn't feel good. Yeah, I got anxiety about it. Yeah, I'm kind of worried, but hey, these things are usually sticks, and I'm going to be okay. Because you've had that experience, right? You got worried, anxious. You judged it to be the most horrible thing ever, and when it was all said and done, you went, oh, that wasn't so bad at all. So this is just a process to help you catch yourself before that all happens. To say to yourself, hey, snake or stick? Oh, here's the information. Phew. Nothing really worried about that at all. Or I have the skills and tools to handle it. Or I know what to do to take care of it. And not just react with all the information that I have. So I'm going to keep on this trail and keep on this way. So if it's helpful, please pass this around. Let people know that need it, that there's a way, there's some skills and tools they can use to overcome their anxiety and their worry and their frustrations. Pass this around on social media. Let people know, because I want to help people with this. So I hope you have a great day and a great week. And this helps you kind of start to make some decisions so you can be effective in your life.